All right, so we're at the detention docket again for the 3/23rd. So we're doing this hearing through Zoom, and we're broadcasting these proceedings on YouTube. Nobody can copy or publish this proceeding. Violations are punishable by contempt of court. We're expecting everyone to behave appropriately for court. So don't move around. Don't have moving objects in your background. Don't be in cars. Do not have bright lights in the background that shadow out your face. So we're Victor Alvarado is the first one. I think Mr. St. John waived that one. We have Peyton Demerson next. I think the sheriff may have him.
I don't have a Demerson. I have a McDaniel, Parker, Saldana, and Newton.
We'll just go to McDaniel. I think Demerson's in Green Bay. Are you all downtown?
This is downtown. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, can you call Green Bay so they're late on the kid? I'm sorry? Okay, we're ready for McDaniel then.
Okay.
Tanisha Deloach, you're in court. Your camera needs to be on. All right, Tanisha, I'm removing you from the hearing. All right, Mr. McDaniel, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing. You've been in custody for 10 days. So I'm deciding whether to keep you in custody or to release you. If I keep you here, then you have to see a judge every 10 days. You're on probation for a serious offense. You have a violation for failure to yield. You're 18 years old. Mr. McDaniel, I hope you understand, once you're 18, I cannot keep you at the juvenile detention facility. So I'm going to go ahead, but I do need to detain you because there's a violation of probation that's pending. I'm concerned that you're not going to appear for court. All right. Do you have any questions for me, Mr. McDaniel? Do you have any questions for me?
Oh.
All right. Thank you, sir.
We're sitting in front of you in the morning, Your Honor, on this case.
Okay. Thank you. Cameron Newton.
What up? What's up, huh? Who do you need next, Ted?
Lila Navarez, I've warned you, please do not walk around while you're in court. That's not appropriate for court behavior. All right. We have Mr. Newton there?
Yeah, coming right up.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Newton, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. Been here for 10 days, so I'm deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you have to see a judge every 10 days. Stephanie, what's the reason why he went downtown? All right, that's right. Mr. Newton, we had you here at Kimbo, but you kept having behavioral problems. And so it got to the point where we just cannot keep you at the juvenile center because you were causing too many problems. So I'm going to go ahead and detain you, and you will remain in the Tarrant County Jail. Thank you, sir. All right, Sheriff, I think, well, do we have Danny Parker?
Yes, sir. Coming right up.
All right, thank you.
Parker.
All right, Mr. Parker, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing. You've been here 10 days, so I'm reviewing your case, deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you have to see a judge every 10 days. So you were over at Kimbo last week. You know I had to move you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's just the conditions there weren't comfortable and they weren't good. So I was trying to do what I could to put everyone in a reasonable environment. And so I moved you to downtown jail. I'm going to go ahead and bring you back this afternoon to Kimbo, okay? You didn't have any problems. You were doing your job. I was just trying to keep you warm and safe. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you'll be back here at Kimbo by tonight. All right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Jocelyn Saldana.
Right here, Judge.
Okay, hi, Jocelyn. I'm Judge Kim. So you're one of those 17-year-olds that moved to the Tarrant County Jail last week, right?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you understand you didn't do anything wrong. You were holding up your end of the deal. Your behavior was fine. It's just because of the power outage and the weather, I want to make sure that you were, all the kids could be warm and safe. And so that's why I moved you downtown to the jail, but we're going to go ahead and bring you back to Kimbo, okay?
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. So you'll be back here at Kimbo tonight.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, deputies.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, do we have Mr. Demerson? Okay, I saw Green Bay come up on the screen.
Judge, I'm just waiting for the jail to bring him around over here.
Okay, great. Just go ahead and sit him down where he shows up. We're gonna move on with the docket because it's so long.
Yes, sir.
We have Haider Al-Bakhtari.
Hello, Judge Kim.
Hello, Haider. Okay, so I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Your attorney, Mr. Gladstone, I think he was here. Oh, there we go. Good afternoon, Mr. Gladstone. All right, so Haider, you've been here for 36 days, but you're level 2.
Yeah,
All right, you know I'm not going to release you if you're level 2, right?
I understand. Yes, sir.
Okay, so get your level up and we'll review this case and decide what to happen. But right now, I'm not going to let you go. All right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We'll work on that, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gladstone. Jeremiah Colon. All right, so Jeremiah, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Ms. Keenan is your attorney. I think I saw her earlier.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Keenan, or good afternoon. All right, so all right, so we're here. You have a pending serious offense. And
This one, we're waiting on the placement. This is the one that CPS is involved in.
okay, we released you on EM, and the CPS removed you from your father's home, and then you ran away from placement. And so picked you up on a warrant. All right, Jeremiah, I'm just concerned if I was to release you, that you would run away again. All right, so I'm glad you're level 1-0. Keep it up, but help your attorney make a good case for you, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Shaka Livingston. All right, Mr. Livingston, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. And Ms. Hamrick is your attorney. Good afternoon, Ms. Hamrick.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
So let's see. You're here. This is the one for shooting progress call. 3 individuals armed robbed 2 victims after refusing to hand over money. And when searched, you had weed. And let's see, it was recommended that you go to residential substance abuse treatment. After 1 month, you were unsuccessfully discharged because of behavior problems and hitting another youth. So we released a mom and we issued a warrant for you. And so then you were brought over here. So I'm gonna ask. So Ms. Hamrick, we're almost 4 months into this. What's the plan for Mr. Livingston?
Your Honor, we had a plea schedule in front of Judge Porter. He didn't let us proceed with the plea, and then we had it in front of you, and you likewise did the same. He was set for last week. I believe we had something worked out, but due to the weather, his court date got canceled. So
Okay.
we're just waiting. I've sent Mary and Stephanie an email asking for the quickest court date they can get us back in. And I've explained to Jocko that what's going on.
I remember this one. This is the one where I just wasn't comfortable because it's a non-secure facility.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, That's right. Okay. All right. So I guess we had court last week and we're all recovering. So Jock, I'm glad you're level 1 outstanding though. You're helping your attorney, okay?
Yes.
All right.
All right. But I'm going to go ahead and detain you because I'm worried about your case. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Victoria Montague.
I was late.
All right, Mr. Montague, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you have to see a judge every 10 days. Your attorney, Ms. Keenan, is here, and you do have a right to remain silent. And, all right, so this is the one, the capital murder of the marijuana, allegedly over the marijuana, right? Marijuana deal?
Yes, yeah.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. And then it seems like Mr. Montague also had absconded at one point. And so we're set for certification, determinate sentence hearing on March 11th. All right, Mr. Montague, I see your level 1 outstanding. It's only been 4 days. I'm going to ask Mr. Bose, what happened to his behavior level?
Your Honor, it just shows that maybe starting on the first, he was a 1A for being over playful. He kind of juggled between 1O and 1A until today, well, the 18th.
All right, well, that's understandable. I'm not too worried about that one. All right, Decorian, so your big thing is the fact that you've run away before while you're in supervision. Gives me a lot of concern, especially now you have a more serious offense coming in on the Capitol. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and detain you. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Danila Morales. Let her back in. All right, hello, Ms. Morales. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Mr. Adler, your attorney, is he here? There we go.
I'm here, Judge.
All right, so, see, yeah, this is a continuous family violence. Mom blocked you because you were supposed to go to school. You left. Your stepdad, I think you allegedly bit him. And that's right, I let you go. The rule for no self. Do we have the mom here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what happened with that? Didn't I release her to you, but she had to have a flip phone?
Yes. And I did provide it.
And then we ran into a problem with after that, right?
Yes.
What was that problem?
Phone and disagreement.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Danila,
Yes.
here we go. We're back here again, right?
Yeah.
You understand how this works, right?
Yes.
So if you're here at Kimbo, you don't get to use a phone, right?
Yeah.
If you're back at home, you don't get to use a smartphone, right?
Okay.
Where would you rather not use a phone?
My house.
Okay, so I'm willing to let you go, but you're level 1 outstanding here. You have to be level 1 outstanding with your mom. You get that?
Yes.
So you can't be slow to comply. You can't be refused to participate. You can't violate her DNA, right?
Okay.
Like, be a level 1 outstanding with your mom, and we'll try this again. But you understand what happens if you're breaking her rules.
Yes.
What happens?
Yeah, I guess I'm back here. Yeah.
Come back here,
Yeah.
right? I always have a place for you here, always. So you got to remember, it's your choice every day. Are you going to be at home following your mom's rules and respecting her? Or you can be here following my rules, respecting me. I think you'd rather be at home, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll go ahead and try it. I think last time, let's see, Mr. Nava, last time did we do EM?
No, sir. And I honestly don't see a reason for the monitor. She does have a job on hold. She has been running away issues in the past.
Mom, no history of running away?
No.
Okay. See, that's good decisions in the past. Come back and help you out in the future. Right, Daniela?
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't let me down. I don't want to
Thank
see you
you.
anymore.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joseph Navarez.
George will meet you up front. Thank you.
How you doing, Kim?
Hello. All right, Mr. Navarez. This is a 10-day hearing. You know how it works. Got to see a judge every 10 days. Your attorney, Mr. Adler, is here. So just review your case. You're level 1 outstanding since the 17th. Mr. Adler, this is the one that they're seeking mandamus, right? Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So Joseph, you understand what's going on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understand we're waiting for a different court to make a decision, right?
Yes, sir.
Nothing I can do about that. So I'm going to go and detain you, but hopefully we'll find out, hopefully pretty soon. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Navarez.
I think.
All right. I believe this is Mr. Demerson here. Are you Peyton? I think he's on mute. Green Bay? I think he's on mute.
That's what Dennis will do.
Sorry, Judge.
That's all right. All right, Mr. Demerson, this is a 10-day hearing. Every 10 days, a juvenile's in custody. You have to review your case, decide whether to keep you here or release you. If I keep you, you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. And your attorney, oh, Mrs. Uwehe, she is here.
Thank you.
All right, so this is the guy watching the baseball game, got robbed, and later on over at the, I think, CVS, right? Or Walgreens. Yeah. Another guy got robbed, went to go to the ATM at 7-Eleven, and because he didn't have enough money, they're saying that you threatened to shoot him. You're currently on probation for robbery already. So I'm very concerned about the safety in you and the safety community if I was to release you. I'm afraid that you would commit another robbery if I was to release you. So I'm going to go ahead and keep you in detention. All right. Thank you, Mr. Demerson. Ethan Nordyke. Thank you, Sheriff, for bringing this inmate.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Nordyke. Where's Mr. Nordyke? All right, Mr. Nordyke, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. Deciding whether to keep you here or release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Your attorney, Mr. Adler, is here. All right, so you're level 1 outstanding. You're almost 17. Back in December, called to juvenile services. Dispatch victim said he got robbed, and guy displayed a handgun, demanded the wallet, stole his wallet and phone, then hit him in the face with a handgun. A month before, there's a call about a guy who showed up to buy some weed, or to sell some weed, and then the person who's selling marijuana to robbed him at gunpoint. So, anyways, search warrant over on Glenview, and found a gun in your room. The victim pulled you out of a lineup, and fingerprints on the cell phone. And you're on probation already for robbery. So Ethan, look, you're on probation for robbery. You get arrested, identified as a person committing an aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. I'm not comfortable releasing you. I feel like I think you'd be a danger to the community as well as yourself. All right. So I'm detaining you. Thank you, Mr. Nordyke. William Beasley. Where are the EP? Liliana Paez. What are this one? You gonna start? Oh, yes, that's Judge Porter's. Okay, at this point, I've concluded my portion of the detention docket. I'm gonna hand over to Judge Porter to continue with the remainder of the cases. Thank you. Or Judge Terry. Thank you, Judge Terry.
Well, Judge, I think Judge Porter's were up next, but he may be in hearing still. I don't think he hears me now. So what we'll do is we will skip to page 4 and start with Aiden Adalco.
Stand by, Judge. We'll have to get that young man.
All right, thank you. And we'll just go in that order. I don't see any under 14 here. At least they're not marked for me. Can you check that with Mary? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Judge, sorry about that.
That's okay, thank you. We went out of order. Okay, are you Aiden
Yes, ma'am.
Adako? Okay. I'm Judge Terry. This is your 10-day detention hearing. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether I can release you to a parent or guardian, or if I should keep you detained. You have a right to remain silent, and you have a right to an attorney, and your attorney, Stacey Alford, is here on Zoom with us. Do you see her?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, so you're 16. You're brought in on February 4th for offense date of February 3rd. 3 of assault causes bodily injury. It says at 6:30 p.m. on the 3rd, police were dispatched to a fight call. Police arrived, did not see a fight. Short time later, victims called the police stating they had been assaulted and that suspects were banging on their door. Police arrived, but the suspects had left. There were 2 male victims and 1 female, all 18 or 19 years of age. All victims had serious injuries to their face and head area. Busted lips, swollen eyes, many lacerations that required staples. 1 had a broken tooth. Victims reported they did go meet you and your 17-year-old companion to fight. You ran up to one of the male victims and began hitting him multiple times in the face and head, but the victim fled. You and your companion began to assault the other male victim. He fell to the ground and you guys continued to assault him. Female victim tried to pull you and your companion off the victim, but she was thrown to the ground and kicked multiple times in the face and head area. Victims were eventually able to run away as well. Says you and your companion were located a short time later. First denied it, but then you had blood on your hands and clothes. Later admitted to being in a fight, but that you were hit first. You were detained and brought here. On January 12th, you were referred by Grapevine PD for assault causing bodily injury. According to that report, on December 21st, officers were dispatched to an assault upon arrival. Fire department medics were treating a 13-year-old victim for injuries to his face. It says the victim and his friend were playing basketball against someone named Lee and you. You were upset because you were losing the game. You thought the victim was trash talking, so started to punch him in his face. Victim fell to the ground and you continued to punch him in the face. All right. Previous contact with the department, other types of matters. Positive for marijuana when you came in on the 4th. Been level 1 outstanding. Is there a parent or guardian here for him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that Ms. Jones? Okay, I mean, your audio is not connected, ma'am. I can't hear you at all. All right, Ms. Alford.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
What are your thoughts? It looks to me like he's been on level 1 outstanding the entire, as soon as he could be. Is that accurate?
That's been my understanding. That's been my understanding of it also. He also goes to school when he's at home and I think helps around the house. He just maybe has a fight problem.
Yeah, he's 16 and a half years old. He does have a temper problem. What's that?
I said they met to fight. The other people were probably just as guilty as he is.
Well, and I'm not.
It's just kind of like maybe he won.
I'm just here to consider his behavior, Ms. Alford. So I just need to be able to talk to mom, but she's not connected.
I've spoken with her several times. She would be more than willing to pick him up and make sure he makes any hearings if you were to release him. He's not a problem at home or with his siblings or with her.
Right, he's a problem when he goes out with other people and doesn't get his way or doesn't get what he wants. I'm not sure what's going on, but I know that he doesn't know how to de-escalate a situation, that's for sure. So, but he has been level 1 outstanding the whole time. I'm going to release him, but it's going to be on a monitor. Aiden. you're gonna be on a monitor, which means you're not leaving the walls of your house. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I expect your behavior to be level 1 outstanding at home. I better not hear that you're giving mom any problems or any siblings any problems.
Yes.
All right? You're not to have friends over or anything like that, because I need you to be on your best behavior so that your attorney can resolve this in the best way possible for you. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna release you on a monitor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Tyler Blankenship.
Your Honor, he was released last week by Judge Kim.
All right. Nash Burns is out too. Okay. All right, Jared Coleman. Hi, Mr. Coleman, I'm Judge Terry. This is your 10-day detention hearing. The purpose of this is to determine whether I can release you to a parent or guardian, or if I should keep you detained here. You have a right to remain silent, and you also have a right to an attorney. Your attorney is Mr. Adeniji, and he is present here on Zoom. Do you see him?
No.
Can you see me now?
Yes, yes, I see him now.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Is there a parent or guardian here for Mr. Coleman?
Your Honor, the mother shot me or emailed me a screenshot, said she was in the waiting room.
Well, she was probably late then if she didn't get let in. We left the late waiting room open until after 1:30 just in case. What is her name?
Princess Amar.
I don't see her in the waiting room. All right. Anyway, so let's see. 15. And let's see. Oh, level 1 outstanding as of today. So let me see what he's been doing.
Your Honor, he had a couple minor write-ups, I believe back starting the 17th, not following instructions for wearing mask, and a couple others. He didn't drop below 1A.
Okay. Let's see. Well, he was brought in for aggravated assault ×2 on the 16th of January. Police responded at 3 a.m. to a shooting call at Bottoms Up. He was 15 years old. Witness reported that a black male wearing a yellow shirt had gotten into a fight at the club and then started shooting non-discriminatory into the crowd of people, striking 2 victims. Jared ran and got into a Ford Fusion along with 3 other individuals. Police removed all individuals from the vehicle, and Jared was the only one wearing a yellow shirt. The report does not mention locating a weapon. Jared was detained and identified by witnesses as the active shooter in the incident. And he's got an offense history going back to 2016. Tested positive for marijuana on the 30th. Set for determinate sentence. Oh, tomorrow.
Judge, that's the first setting, so we're not likely to resolve the case then. So
Okay.
we'll still be asking if it could be released with electronic monitor.
He completed his probation at a place. What placement was he at previously?
Your Honor, I'd have to look it up. He was out of state.
Okay. See, that's the thing. I guess as soon as he completed that, he was good for a bit. And now, well, there was an authorized use of vehicle that was rejected last year. But now he's allegedly shooting into a crowd indiscriminately, which means he has 0 regard for human life. Mr. Coleman, I appreciate that you have been on level 1 outstanding, or on level 1A even the whole time you've been here. I'm not comfortable releasing you right now. I'm gonna encourage you to keep that behavior level up. The allegations here are extremely disturbing. You're 15 years old, you're out at 3 in the morning, allegedly shooting into a crowd of people, hitting 2 people, and you're lucky this isn't a murder.
That's the allegation, Judge.
I know it's the allegation, and you know that's what I have, that's all I can go on. So, and I'm looking at his history. I am very concerned about your likelihood of reoffending, Mr. Coleman, and the safety of the community.
Judge, can we confirm if the mom is on the waiting?
Yeah, I looked. What's her name again?
Princess Amar?
She's not in the waiting room.
I just want to make sure she's, because she wants to be at every hearing. So.
I looked when you mentioned it. Again, we left the waiting room open until about 1:35 or 1:36 or so at least. She's not here now either. We're in the waiting room, so.
Yeah, I just want to confirm before you finish.
Okay, no, I understand. All right, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and keep you detained, Mr. Coleman. I encourage you to stay on your best behavior. It will make a difference, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Marquez Gaither?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, I'm Judge Terry. This is your 10-day detention hearing. Purpose of this is to determine whether I should release you to a parent or guardian, or if I should keep you here detained. You have a right to remain silent, and you have a right to an attorney, and your attorney is, well, it's Mr. Berger. I didn't see him here today. So it'll be Mr. Adeniji stepping in for Mr. Berger today. All right.
Your Honor, he is currently in CPS care. Ms. Barker should be on Zoom.
Ms. Barker?
Michelle Barker.
I'm here.
Okay. Oh, hi, Michelle. Hi. All right. So let's see. You are 16. Been level 1 outstanding since yesterday. Violation of a court order on the 20th. Let's see. On January 21st, you're referred for a runaway. On the 20th, the Fort Worth PD was dispatched to Crowley Road for a prison pickup. According to police report, loss prevention officer reported that he observed you pick up several items and then place in your backpack. You passed all points of sale without paying for the merchandise, and you were apprehended outside of the store by the loss prevention officer. After interviewing you, says that you reported to the loss prevention officer that you were a runaway out of Dallas County. Fort Worth PD confirmed that. And you were transported here. Says that on November 7th, you left Camp Worth without permission. Okay, back in November, you were then placed at Promise House in Dallas. Ms. Barker, is he one of my kids here?
I believe he's got transferred to downtown.
Okay. Do you know what court he's in down there?
Just a sec. I believe it's 360. Hold up. It's the 231st.
231st?
Yes.
Okay. Just so we can have a read. Do you have a cause number on that?
Yes, ma'am. It's 679916-20.
67991620. Okay. I knew I recognized the name.
Yes.
All right. And then you left Promise House on the 10th. Okay. And you're currently under investigation by Fort Worth PD for some other couple other serious cases. All right, what is, oh, and then also family violence, possible family violence pending charge.
Your Honor, we were
Well,
set,
those happened beforehand, but okay, but since have been referred. Go ahead.
Your Honor, we were set for court on the 19th, but it didn't occur.
Obviously it didn't occur. So do we anticipate, well, I guess we wouldn't know, Mr. Berger's not here. So Ms. Barker, what's the status of any sort of placement options for him?
We currently don't have a placement. We were looking to place him back at Camp Worth, but they can't take kids they can't take kids because they're on lockdown and the state is not letting us place kids there. So I know at the last hearing, Judge Kim had mentioned something about maybe a lockdown facility, and we were waiting for the outcome of his hearing that was supposed to be on the 19th. So right now we don't have anything.
Okay, so Camp Worth, are they on lockdown? They have a COVID outbreak there or something?
I believe there might be an investigation or something. So it's the same state is not letting anybody place there.
Okay, that's good enough for me. All right. We'll reach out to Judge Navarez and see if we can get his CPS case moved back here as well.
Okay.
That would be helpful. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to, what has his behavior level been here before yesterday?
Well, he's fluctuated up and down because he had some altercations with some kids in the back. They said he got in a fight, and so, but he did work his level back down to level 1.
Okay, is he on any kind of medications?
He is, but we don't have the medication right now.
Ooh, why not?
We were gonna pick it up because it was at Promise House. So, and then the weather got bad and it was like, 35, 45 minutes from here. So I wasn't gonna drive in the weather, but I have it at the office. I just
You do now.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can we get that here for him by tomorrow morning?
I can, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm gonna, Mr. Gaither, I know you need your medication. Obviously, you wouldn't be prescribed it if you didn't need it. Okay, so we got to get that to you. And I need you to understand that you are hurting your placement options the more you continue to do this. Okay, you're making things harder and harder to put you in a place that is least restrictive. But pretty soon we are going to run out of options. All right, so I need you to keep your good behavior level that you have going on right now. Okay. That way we have more options for placement for you, right? You're not leaving any kind of placement anytime soon. So I need you to understand that and just work with what you have. Do the best you can, work with what you have, okay? So I'm gonna order that you remain to be detained. When's the last time you had a permanency review?
We got PMC of him in December and he should in December. So he doesn't have a hearing right now. I can check.
Okay, so not yet. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see if we can get it just sent here and that way I can become familiar with whatever's happened since it left here. Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Berger had a doctor's appointment. That's why he's not here.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I'm sure that's why we have someone to cover. All right, thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting. This is Trent Lofton. I don't know what you might have passed me. I was on a hearing with another court, but if I just was going to sign off if you've already.
Yes, we passed I believe Mr. Burns has been released.
Okay.
Already. So I was just told to skip over his name.
Okay. May I be excused in, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you very much.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
You too. Okay, so I've got a waiver here. Mike Berger signed a waiver on Goodwin. Okay, Jermaine Key?
Ma'am.
I was trying to get in. Were you, Judge? Oh, I didn't see. I've been watching here. The lawyers and. Oh. It says Judge Porter right there. Yep. All right, Mr. Key, I'm Judge Terry. This is your 10-day detention hearing. Purpose of this is to determine whether I can release you to a parent or guardian, or if I should keep you here detained. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Your attorney is Candace Taylor. She's here on the Zoom screen. Do you see her?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, you've been level 1 outstanding since February 2nd, but you were brought in for an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and assault caused bodily injury family member back on January 30th. Petition has been filed. I have no other details here whatsoever. You've obviously been previously detained. There's been probable cause previously found to that you had committed an offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and an offense of assault caused bodily injury family member had been committed, and that you were the one to do it. Obviously, it was Arlington PD. What else do we have here? Because I don't have anything in this report.
Your Honor, I apologize for that. I don't know how I left that out. He got suspended at school, and when he got home from school, he got into an altercation with his mother when she was attempting to discipline him. The stepfather walked in at that time, and that's where he got the first charge of family violence. He had picked up some scissors and was holding them in a threatening manner, which is where he got the aggravated assault.
Okay. Is mom here?
I have talked to mom constantly throughout his detention hearing. He was actually released at the first one. However, Judge Kim changed his mind and detained him due to his response at the end of the detention hearing. I know mother,
I think I recall that. I watched that one. Okay, go ahead.
Mother has been in constant contact through email the whole time. Not sure why she's not on. We even spoke this morning, so she did plan on being present. I'll have to follow up with her afterwards to see what happened.
Okay, what is her name?
It is different. I got to go back to. Her name is Carrie Privet.
I don't see her here in the waiting room, so.
I thought she was coming in person today, Your Honor.
Is mom willing to take him home?
Last time I spoke, she was, yes. I mean, I will have to follow up with her after court today to see what happened.
I mean, he's been on level 1 outstanding for like 16 days. And I don't see any previous contact with the department at all on this report. Is that correct, Mr. Kroll?
That's correct.
Why was he suspended from school?
It was possession of Xanax.
Oh. But he tested negative for all substances.
Yeah, I believe the allegation there was holding it for somebody.
Mr. Key, I don't know what happened, but whoever you got that from or whoever you were holding that for, you understand that they're not your friend, right?
I wasn't holding it for nobody, man.
Okay. Well, however you got it, whoever handed that to you, you don't have to tell me anything, but I just want you to hear me that however you got your hands on that, because it's not prescribed to you, that person is not your friend, okay? I know it magically did not appear on your body or in your possession out of nowhere. No fairy put it there. So I just want you to understand, however you got that other person is not your friend. Do you know that?
Yes, ma'am.
Because a friend wouldn't put you in that position. So I'm really concerned about the behavior you exhibited when your mother tried to discipline you, because she has every right to discipline you for that. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
If mom's willing to come get him, I'm willing, because you have demonstrated that you know how to behave, Mr. Key, and you're being respectful now, which was the opposite of how you were when you came in. I'm willing to give you a chance and let you go home if your mom's willing to come pick you up. okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You are not to have any sort of offensive or assaultive contact with your mother or your stepfather, okay? Means you don't raise your hand to them, you don't step towards them in a threatening manner, nothing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and those will be the terms and conditions of your release. Thank you.
Clarification, is that electronic monitor?
Keep up the good behavior at home, Mr. Key.
Judge, for clarification, is that going to be an electronic monitor?
No, I don't see any reason to have them on a monitor.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, Dylan Moore.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Dylan. I'm Judge Terry. This is your 10-day detention hearing. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether I should release you to a parent or a guardian, if I should keep you here detained. You have a right to remain silent, and you have a right to an attorney. Your attorney is also Candace Taylor. Do you see her here on Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Madam,
You
if I
are,
may.
whoa, level 2 outstanding. You're 16. You've been here since grade 9 days. Actual stay. Possession of controlled substance. Less than 2 grams. Let's see. Evading arrest, detention with a vehicle, and unauthorized use of a vehicle. Is there anyone from is CPS still involved in with this family or no?
Yes, ma'am, they are, as a family-based safety services
They're
case.
still at that stage? Okay.
And if I may point out, his grandmother / legal guardian, Miss Powell, has been trying to log in. I think she might be in the waiting room.
I saw her here earlier, but Judge, the respondent indicated to me over the weekend he wanted to waive any future detention hearings. I'm assuming that's still the case.
Well, I think that's the case too. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Miss Taylor. I don't want to cut you off, but I mean, he is level 2 outstanding. So he's level 2. So I think you understand, Dylan, that I don't even consider releasing you at that point, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's been presented to resource staffing. A placement search was recommended. Results are still pending, even though it was initiated January 11th.
No, they're not pending, Judge. They could not locate any place.
Oh, they could not locate anything. Okay. And I know he was scheduled for last week, but obviously it has to be rescheduled. Okay.
And I apologize. I think I edited and sent out a prior detention hearing report.
Okay. And so at the time this was written, or maybe at this time, so returning to grandma's home she's not willing to take him back. Is that right?
He is, but CPS is not willing. I'm sorry, Bob. CPS is not willing to allow it. Her mother has just come back into the picture, or I'm sorry, Dylan's mother, not grandmother. And so we might be working with something with CPS there.
Okay. Positive for marijuana. All back in November. All right. So, Ms. Taylor, you're in contact with CPS then?
Yes.
Okay. Dylan, you're not giving anybody anything to work with right now. So, I mean, I think you know what you need to do to get yourself out of here or get yourself in a decent placement. But
Dylan?
that's all up to you.
Dylan, if you have a question, that's okay, but I don't want you to make any comments to the court, all right? Do you have a question for the judge or for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, Dylan. I can't hear you. If you could sit up, please.
Yes, ma'am. Can y'all just sentence me to TJ because I'm fucking tired of sitting up in here.
You know what? We're done. You're not going to talk that way. You're done. All right. Next.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Taylor. I handed it to. Didn't I let him go? Oh, okay. Oh, I signed the conditions already. Yeah, right down here. Here's the, I know it's off. It used to be on the back page. Okay. Okay, Ja'Kiah Smith. Hello, I'm Judge Terry. This is your 10-day detention hearing. Purpose of this hearing is to determine whether I can release you to a parent or guardian, or if I should keep you here detained. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney, and your attorney.
It's me.
Oh, Mr. Edzaniji, that makes it easy. Thank you. All right. Level 1 outstanding since the 18th. Oh, and then let's see, you're 15 years old, Ja'Kiah. You've been in here 94 days.
I can cut through some of this if you like. He's been adjudicated already, and because of the storm last week, his flight was canceled for placement.
Oh, so he's just here, wait, pending placement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Yep. So
So as soon as placement can get a flight, he'll be out of here.
he's going out to Mesa. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that means that you are detained, Mr. Smith, and I wish you luck out there. Hopefully you can succeed and put this all behind you at some point. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And you're welcome, Mr. Edzaniji. Judge Porter will take the remainder of today's detention docket, and that will start at the top of page 3 with Mr. Beasley.
Thank you, Judge Terry.
Thank you.
All right, William Beasley.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Thomas. All right. Are you Mr. Beasley?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Beasley, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney. And Mr. Adler, your attorney, is here. Mr. Adler, if we can get you to turn on both your microphone and your screen. This camera's still off. All right, Mr. Adzaniji, do you mind filling in for Mr. Adler real quick?
I'm here, Judge.
Thank you, sir. All right.
He's on, Your Honor. Mr. Adler's on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll step aside then.
Thank you, Mr. Adzaniji.
Yes,
all
sir.
right, Mr. Beasley, if memory serves, you were previously placed on probation by this court and you were brought in. Brought in on January 19th by the Fort Worth Police Department for a DTA issued by the court, as well as you were brought in, referred in on 2 new referrals for robbery and theft from a person. And the new referrals, the robbery stems from an alleged theft from a Domino's pizza delivery man. I will note that you have been level 1-0 since the 18th. Mr. Adler, what are your thoughts?
Sorry, Judge. Is the mom present? That is a negative. We spoke early this morning around 9 o'clock. She said she would be present as William's brother had a detention hearing this morning, but I do not see her on here.
Judge, just without a parent present, considering these facts, I can't present anything to the court that would let you decide to send this young man home without a parent present.
All right. Mr. Beasley, congratulations on getting to level 1-0. You need to maintain that. And here's why. That's going to put your lawyer in the best position to argue for the best possible outcome for you on both your old case and your new case. So you need to maintain that level 1-0 for him, because that will help your lawyer. The reverse is, if you slip to level 3 confined, instead of helping your lawyer, you're helping the prosecutor. Now, you don't want to help the prosecutor, do you? Okay. So you want to help your lawyer, and the way you do that is maintain that level 1-0. But as for today, Mr. Adler's right, because there's not a parent or guardian here to release you. Even if I was inclined to do so, I couldn't do that. Not today. We'll revisit this in 10 business days. All right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Beasley.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. All right, Michael Cortez.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Marquez, how are you?
All right, how are you doing?
Better than I deserve. All right, are you Mr. Cortez?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cortez, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Mr. Adler, is here. You see Mr. Adler on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Now, the court previously placed you on probation for a weapons-related offense back in April of last year. Then you picked up a new referral in October for an aggravated robbery, also involving a weapon. And now back in January, we have 3 new referrals for theft of a firearm, unlawfully carrying a weapon, and burglary of a vehicle. All of those look really, really bad and demonstrate a pattern of concern to the court. I will note, however, that in your case, you've been level 1-0 for what? If my math's right, 30 days now, Mr. Adler, is that correct?
Approximately, sir. Judge,
Okay.
yes.
So what are your thoughts, Mr. Adler?
Well, Judge, I've informed my client and the mom of exactly what you just said. So I'm not going to just throw things out there and see if they'll stick. Of course, the mom wants him to go home. Of course, he behaves in detention. But we're dealing with three allegations in 3 different counties. So I understand whatever the court decides.
And not just 3 different counties, but 3 different gun cases in less than a year, just in front of me.
For the power outages from last week, there's a number of different questions.
Mr. Adeniji, can you mute yourself real quick for me?
And how do we make sure?
Thank you. So, Mr. Cortez, I'm really scared that if I were to release you, you might pick up a new charge, and I just can't let that happen. So, for the protection of the public, I'm going to order that you be detained today. However, you keep maintaining that level 1-0. And just as I explained to the kid right before you, when you maintain level 1-0, you're helping your lawyer, because that gives your lawyer ammunition to argue for the best possible outcome for you. The reverse is, let's say you slip all the way down to level 3 confined, you're actually helping the prosecutor get to argue for the worst possible outcome for you. Do you want to help the prosecutor, or do you want to help your attorney?
Attorney.
There we go. So what do you need to do to help your attorney?
Level 1-0.
There you go. All right. But as for today, I got to order that you be detained. Thank you, Mr. Cortez.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Heaven Garcia. Hello, Mr. Garcia. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, well, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. We've met before. My name's Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Mr. Adler, is here. I will note that you got back to level 1-0 today. Way to go. You were previously, actually, if I remember, you were placed on probation. No, you weren't placed on probation. He was just supervisory caution. Is that correct, Mr. Dotson?
That's correct, Your Honor. He came in for an EM violation in October.
Okay. But since then, he's had some new referrals. And the court previously found that probable cause exists to believe that he engaged in delinquent conduct sufficient to warrant his initial detention. That combined with his EM problems. So, Mr. Adler, what are your thoughts?
Judge, this is a case, and I know you've heard this, and so has Judge Kim. Really, all the court has ever asked Heaven to do is to get to level 1-0 for an extended period for the 7 to 10 days. And I think both judges would have released him to his mom. So that's been our struggle. It's my understanding that he's been level 1-0 at least for the last 7 days, unless things have changed between here since Friday. So I don't know. But if he is level 1-0, Judge, I'd ask that he be released to his mom.
Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Dotson.
Heaven had been having issues with behavior in the past, but I must say for the month of February, of the 22 days, he has been on level 1 for 18 of those days. He had 2 setbacks that took him to a 2U, And the other day, on the 21st, they put him one acceptable, but they didn't say why. So I imagine he just lost some points. But he has been doing a lot better in February. He had a stint from the 13th to the 21st where he was on level 1 outstanding. He got the A on the 21st, and now he's back on outstanding today. So to his credit, he has really been putting a good effort in for this month to maintain level 1 outstanding.
Okay. That's what I'm looking at. Give me just a second, gentlemen. Mr. Dodson.
Yes, sir.
Are you looking at the detention notes?
Where?
Let's look at February 10th. And the detention notes indicate that Mr. Garcia was placed on a DNA.
That's correct. They put him on DNA and they moved him to 2 unacceptable. So I'm assuming he was not secluded before that. But he did. That's the unacceptable he got on the 10th. Then he got back on the 13th to level 1, and then he went 8 days on level 1 from there. But yes, he was on a do not associate on the 10th.
Yeah. Mr. Adler, did you know about the alleged physical assault back in detention about 12 days ago?
No, Judge, I did not.
Okay. I'm pointing that out so that if you can learn additional information about that, because maybe the detention notes that I'm reading are inaccurate, and I want you to know about that so you'd be able to point out those inaccuracies. Mr. Garcia?
Yes, sir.
One of the things about maintaining level 1.0 for us is we as judges, that gives us reason to believe that if you can maintain level 1.0 back in the back for a period of time, then it gives us more faith that you'll maintain level 1.0 for your mom at home.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So I'm still seeing some peaks and some valleys. Instead of peaks and valleys, I need that consistency for me, okay? And I'm not convinced yet, all right? And the reason is because we still see peaks and valleys, all right? So I'm not going to release you today, okay? I need you to be a little bit more consistent. Let's not talk when we're not supposed to the tune of 10 times. That shows because the detention notes also suggest that you got in trouble for talking 10 times when you weren't supposed to. When something occurs once or twice, I understand, maybe it's understandable. But for 10 times, that's just you doing what you want to do rather than wanting to follow the rules. That's not the impression you want to give. The impression you want to give to me is that I'm a good kid. I want to follow the rules, okay? So let's keep working on that in the back, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. As
Yes,
of today, I'm going to go in order you to be detained, but you're doing better. You're doing a whole lot better than back in November. So keep doing that for me, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Dotson.
Thank you.
All right, Aiden Morgan.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
can I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I don't know
Mr.
if I'm sorry, I don't know if I have one more with you, but I have to give a presentation for the Juvie Law Conference in 3
Yes.
minutes. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Judge.
All right. Are you Mr. Morgan?
Sir.
Mr. Morgan, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Ms. Hopkins, is here. Do you see her on the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Morgan, the court has previously found that probable cause exists to believe that you engaged in delinquent conduct sufficient to warrant your initial detention. You were brought in for a referral, I believe, by your school concerning assault, family violence, resisting arrest, and possibly assault on a peace officer. Now, you got back to level 1-0 today. So, Ms. Hopkins, what are your thoughts?
Your Honor, we would like to see Aiden released so that he can be placed either through his parents or through services through the program for his treatment.
Ms. Guerrero, do you know if we've been able to get a hair follicle sample yet?
No, Judge, he was scheduled for one for last week, but since we had the storm, one was not done. I have left a message today to reschedule, and I haven't heard back.
Okay. And Ms. Hopkins, is that mom in the family room?
Yes, Your Honor, that is.
Okay. Mom, what are your thoughts?
Every time I discipline the child, he runs away.
Oh.
So I am a little apprehensive about him coming home on an ankle monitor. I'm willing to give it a try, but we'll see.
Mr. Morgan, do you realize that you're charged with a felony offense of assault on a police officer? Okay. Do you understand that if it is found that you did engage in delinquent conduct that would constitute a felony offense, I or any other judge of this court could send you to TJJD all the way up to your 19th birthday. Do you understand that's a possibility?
Yes, sir.
And you also understand that if I were inclined to release you today and you decided to run away, we'd just issue a warrant for you. And it doesn't matter if you were on the run for 30 years, that warrant would stay open. And eventually you'd come back. I'm not exaggerating. That has happened in the last year. There was a guy who was just about your age who back in the mid 80s ran away from this court, and he got caught coming back into the US from a vacation last year. And guess what? He got detained, and he spent 6 months in the Tarrant County Jail waiting for his case to go to court. So this doesn't go away just because you run away. You understand that?
No, I'm just trying to get it away with, to be honest.
Well, that's something you need to discuss with Ms. Hopkins. Ms. Guerrero, tell me about his levels in the back. He just got to level 1-0 today. What's it been like? Has he been mostly level 1 since being brought in?
He was a level 2 acceptable on the 10th of February because it just says he lost points. But before that, it says he was talking off task. And then he was a level 2 unacceptable again on the 15th. And then again on the 20th.
Okay.
But he has not gone down to a level 3. So between a 1 and a 2.
This is his first referral, Ms. Guerrero?
No, sir.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. That changes things. Okay. All right. That does change things. Okay. Mr. Morgan, here's what we're going to do. You're at level 1-0 today. If you can maintain level 1-0 consistently, not going down to 1A, but maintaining level 1.0 for the next 7 calendar days. Ms. Guerrero, I'll authorize his release next Monday if he can maintain level 1.0 consistently. All right. So you've heard your mom. Your mom says she's willing to give you a chance. Now it's up to you, Mr. Morgan. You've got to prove that you can maintain level 1.0. And if you do that, then I'll authorize your release on the electronic monitor, and I expect you to maintain level 1.0 for your mom. That includes you're not allowed to curse at your mom in any shape, form, or fashion. If mom tells you you do the dishes, take out the garbage, you do the dishes and you take out the garbage. You don't talk back to her. You understand?
Sure.
Are you willing to do that, Mr. Morgan?
Sure.
Okay. So mom, I'm going to order he be detained today. But if he does what he's supposed to between now and next Monday, Ms. Guerrero, you give mom a call and he'll be released on the electronic monitor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. That'll be the order of the court. All right, Imayo Salvador País. Thank you, Ms. Hopkins.
Thank you, sir.
Are you Emiliano?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is it País? Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
It's Paez, but you almost.
Paez. Okay. Mr. Paez, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially